Welcome back to Tap Tempo with me, Matt Lang. Was just at Sound in Hollywood this past Saturday. Played a show there. Kicked off the All You Need to See tour. Really good time. Thanks to everyone who came out. That was a blast. First time I actually headlined a show in LA in almost 2 years. So yeah, that was a cool moment for me. And that's a perfect segue into I have a new record coming out, and it's on Thursday on my birthday, and it's called All You Need to See. And it's pretty much a deep techie roller. It originally started off as a remix of my track Clever Girl, and then I ended up kind of turning it into its own thing. But I've been opening up all my shows with it for pretty much the last 4 months. So I'm psyched for that one to come out. I'm putting it out myself on Isorhythm. And yeah, check your Spotifys, your iTunes, your SoundClouds, and whatever listening platforms you are on. Also, on Wednesday, August 2nd, I'm playing down at Costa Mesa at La Cave. We're going to call that kind of an unofficial birthday show. It's a small place, really intimate. It'll be fun. And yeah, I'm just going to spend a day down there and take in the sun, go to the beach, hang out with a friend. Should be good. So, on the show this week, we have Clear Skies, also known as Rush Finneton. And Rush originally did a remix for me about 6 years ago, and it was really impressive. He kind of did it out of the blue for an Isorhythm remix contest. And ever since then, we remained friends. So he actually came to LA for the first time a few months ago, came and stayed with me for a week, and he just wanted to come and hang out in studio and chill in LA. So while he was here, we recorded this, and he's a really talented kid. Definitely an up-and-comer. You'll certainly be hearing a lot from him in the future. He also did do another remix for me on Mousetrap last year. He did a really cool remix of Lying to Myself. On a personal level, it's been really exciting to watch him evolve as an artist. Most recently, he did a remix for Enhanced, another for Fixed, which is Cell Dweller's label, and he also just finished up a remix for Triphonic. And for those of you who are aware of Triphonic, you know how exciting Brian's music is also. So that's a great matching of people. So we get into a lot of video game talk, some pretty tech-heavy stuff towards the end. And yeah, it's a good chat. I also, unfortunately, well, it was a misfire on the beer. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Here's Rush. You don't like this beer, do you?
It says for best results, pour hard. But that shit ain't happening, dude.
For the record, we're drinking a Modern Times Black House on Nitro with coffee, coconut, and cocoa.
This, I don't know. I don't want to shit on it, but it tastes like what a plastic bag looks like.
Do you ever get stuff like this up in Canada?
We do not.
No.
We do not.
What do you usually drink up in Canada?
Trash beer like Corona.
Trash beer, yeah, yes. Yeah, but that's not even Canadian.
I don't fuck with Canadian beers, dude.
I don't know, it's funny. Everyone I know in Canada, it's Corona.
Corona tequila.
Yeah, you guys like your whiskey too.
I don't fuck with that.
You don't fuck with the whiskey? No. Corona tequila.
Mexico, dude.
Why?
Because it's fucking great. It tastes great. And you can't fucking chase your tequila either. Don't do that. You gotta let it like simmer down.
What would you chase it with? Corona?
Yeah. Actually, one time when I went to fucking New York, it was about 2 years ago. I went to see Disclosure in New York City. Pier something.
Oh yeah, Pier 41.
Yeah, some shit like
that.
Yeah. And midnight rolls around, and I'm like, cool, I should have a shot. So I was pretty wasted by then, but I ended up paying like $80 for a shot of Patron.
Sounds about right.
Because it was the only tequila they had.
Yeah.
And it was like the remaining fucking like shot they had. So that was money well spent.
Was it? You remember it at least?
Yeah, because it's fucking $80 for a shot. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. Well, you're out here in California for the first time. I guess LA for the first time. Have you been in California before?
Well, yes, but like the border of it.
Right. Okay. Nevada?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Right. Okay. How do you like LA?
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yes. I see myself moving sometime.
Do you?
But
why?
It's fucking warm, dude.
Yeah.
Warm. Mountains. Animals. Music.
Yeah.
Sick. Beer. Food.
Yeah, beer not like this one.
Chicks, it's all good.
Oh, we got it good out here.
Before we started recording, OK Cupid was like popping off on my phone, which is kind of weird.
That's happening because you're in LA.
Yeah,
She's probably back in Toronto.
that's true.
Yeah.
Sad life.
Oh man, no, I totally moved out here after, living 25 years on the East Coast, going through 25 years of winter, coming out here, and it was the best weather ever, every day. It changes you.
I don't know. I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's been 4 days as of this recording, so I'm happy. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, man. It's been good. Get to drive you to the airport bright and early tomorrow morning.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, it happens. But hey, I get to take you to the best bagel place in LA tomorrow morning.
What was it called?
It's called Brooklyn Water Bagel. And what they do, they claim they synthesize Brooklyn water to make their bagels. And I don't know exactly what they're doing.
What does that mean? Like you said earlier that the water is like different. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, no, the chemical makeup in the water in Brooklyn, it's also the chlorine content, or fluoride content, I'm sorry, not chlorine.
Right.
But the fluoride content is higher in New York, and consequently the way that has affected basically breads in New York, like specifically pizza and bagels, that has actually, it significantly affects the taste of them. And I think that's a big part of the reason why, or they say that's a big part of the reason why New York pizza and New York bagels are the best in the world.
It's weird.
It's great. And as a native New Yorker, I am obliged to agree with that statement. So naturally, Brooklyn Water Bagel down by LAX, yeah, they say they synthesize Brooklyn water, and they even sell bottled water of, original Brooklyn synthesized water. But that all said, it is the best bagel I've had in LA, bar none.
Hyping it up.
No, it's great, man.
My
Every time I
body's
go to the airport, I stop there if I can.
My body's ready.
Yeah, I know. We did not eat well this week.
Like healthy wise?
Yeah. No, it was like, and to cap it all, we go to a food truck on the corner of like 50th and York.
It's pretty bomb.
Yeah, chicken tenders and asada fries.
At 11 p.m.
That's not so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, people eat far worse things at 2 o'clock in the morning.
that's true.
Yeah, so we're doing all right. Well, when you get back to Toronto, what kind of music stuff you doing?
Just an EP that is mostly finished.
Yeah.
Just need to clean it up. And it's mostly like pretty cinematic stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out whether it should be hard-hitting cinematic stuff or stuff that's more leaning towards like Amon Tobin kind of shit. So,
I mean, you've referenced Amon Tobin though for years.
Too many years, yeah. It's like my my big guy.
Yeah, so I don't think that's necessary. I mean, if that's always kind of been where your heart led, I don't think you should avoid that.
No, I'm not. It's just like, his stuff can go from like bricolage, like jazzy stuff to hard hitting two fingers shit. So trying to determine where in that spectrum I want to kind of go in.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Without trying to be too much or too derivative.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like take his fucking style away or anything like that.
No, of course not.
A lot of like the stuff he does is really inspiring to me, and like if there's any sort of like live show that I would be down to perform, it would be something along the lines of ISAM. Like that is the goal one day for sure.
Did you see it in surround?
It wasn't in surround. No, actually, when I did see it, it was the second run of ISAM.
Yeah,
but this was at the Cool House in Toronto, and because the Cool House was a smaller venue, they actually had to chop the entire stage in half. So it was only half of the ISAM setup. Oh, but it's still like they just cropped everything. Like all the projection mapping was just reduced to half of it, but still look fucking sick.
Right.
Yeah,
I saw it in Brooklyn when it first came around. It was
first run.
Yeah, I saw the first run. Saw it in surround, but the speakers were awful.
Oh shit!
It was in like God. It was over by like the Brooklyn Museum somewhere or there or. It just, the show was amazing, and at the end of it, he DJ'd just drum and bass for the last 45 minutes.
It was a 2-finger set for like 30 minutes or some shit like that.
It was super fun, but It's just a bummer, the sound system at this venue.
It sucks.
It was kind of like a church kind of venue. I wasn't...
Mad reverb?
No, the room itself, it was just like a concert hall kind of thing, but going into it was a church. Brooklyn Museum of Art. I forget exactly where it was, but and we waited in line for 2 hours or something. It was one of those like long lines.
I had my tickets way in advance.
Oh no, we had tickets too.
Oh, okay.
We bought in advance, but you just wait.
I have this one distinct memory that pretty much everyone surrounding me when I was like in the crowd, there was like no one my age. I must have been 18 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like your typical like EDM dude bro kind of crowd, even though this was like 2011, 2012, peak of EDM, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like surrounded by 50-year-olds with like their wives. And I was like,
weird.
That's fucking sick. Like that's exactly what I'd be down for if I was 50.
No shit. That's funny, man. I never see people in their 50s at shows.
Go to ISAM and pay attention, because if there's anyone that's going to be like slowly nodding their head to it, it'll be like that one audio feel, and then I don't know, 50s couples.
Man, the only time I ever have people over 50s at anything I play, it's because it's my parents.
Sick.
And they come like once every 2 years if I'm in New York.
Nice.
Oh, it's awesome. It's so great. I get to like set them up with, a table and, not a bottle because they're not going to drink that. But,
yeah,
it feels good just to like kind of not give the show, but like, look, I can take care of you in a very minuscule way. I mean,
I'm an adult now.
You raised me. 30 years later, I can put you at a booth in a club with a table that how the mighty have fallen.
I don't think either of my parents have been to nightclub or whatever.
Really?
They're actually big trance fans.
Are they really?
Like they're split between like heavy metal and trance.
No kidding.
So whatever, they'll do the Metallica, Iron Maiden shit. But Above and Beyond like was in Toronto not too long ago, and Juna is coming to Toronto I think in April.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, fucking get your tickets. Like, you're gonna like it.
No way.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, like they're totally down for that. So
that's awesome. I had no idea.
They both have never been to like a venue or like kind of shit like this where you have to stand for 8 hours, like watch whatever Bluestone back to back, Jason Ross back to back, so on, keeps going. Like they're not ready. they're not ready to stand for that long.
So what do they do when they go out?
Well, they haven't been to an event like this. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. They prefer like seated seats, I guess.
Yeah.
They won't get that at that kind of show.
I mean, to be honest, I usually do too. Like I'm so prissy now when I go out to a club, and I realize this, and I'm embarrassed by it. But if I go out to a dance club, I'm totally of the mindset: is there a green room? Is there a VIP where I can sit down?
Totally, yeah.
And I realize how precious, or precious is a sarcastic way to put that.
Yeah, like I even told him, like, fucking Armin or whatever, like Marcus Schultz, these guys, like they play like 10-hour sets.
Oh, I know.
Are you ready? Like, bring a snack, because
I honestly don't know how. I have no idea how those guys do it. I just for the sheer sake of having to pee.
Yeah, pee breaks.
You ever DJ much?
I haven't in a long time, and I don't really have an interest for it. Like, to be fair, it's mostly been just studio, like production mode.
Yeah, you don't really seem like
I know a couple of people, like, especially as up and comers, like they like to get out there and focus on the DJ side of it. Like, I'm sure you make good connections, but I don't know. I've just been focused on.
I mean, it can be. It's also fleeting connections.
Yeah,
you have to remember the context in which you meet people.
It depends what kind of people you're looking to meet. I mean,
yeah,
if you're in the dance world, then you got to be at dance clubs. It's just
yes and no. I mean, I
maybe from where I come from, like locally, people really support each other. So if you're not like in the know with them,
how do you find the Toronto scene?
Right now, it's in a shitty place, but Toronto's being put on the map by like hip hop, and yeah, I don't know. Right now, it's like clubs are shutting down. I mean, like recently, Beta Waterloo shut down, Hoxton shut down. It's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What do you go see when you go out there?
I go to Coda.
You go to Coda.
That's about it.
I love Coda.
Yeah. Yours Foreign, Richie Houghton. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Cats are killing me.
Dude, they shed like a motherfucker. And they run around.
Cats are fucking killing me.
And they leave hair everywhere.
In my throat.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've swallowed mad cat hair.
You probably have. I mean, I live with it.
You just kissed Coda, dude.
Of course I did. He's my son. Now you see, like, I'm covered in cat hair permanently day in, day out. People don't realize, like, my normal look is cat hair. It's only, you see me on the road when I'm in Toronto or something like that, and then I'm dressed nice and wearing a leather jacket or something like that.
Cat hair is a hot look.
Yeah, but the reality, I'm in fucking sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
Cat hair is a hot look.
It's covered in cat hair, 2 different kinds. And here's one of them. Yeah, no, she wants to get in the show. Welcome back. Do you want to talk? No. She just wants to stain me with more cat hair. You don't have any pets, do you?
2 dogs.
At your parents' house or your place?
I mean, yeah, they're my parents, but yeah, 2 Westies. Both of them are under 2 years old.
Yeah.
And we got them both from the same place that like Don Cherry gets his Westies from. He's like a big deal in hockey.
Who's Don Cherry?
He's like the host of like Hockey Night in Canada, or used to be.
Okay.
And like you walk into this breeder's place and it's just like mad posters of Don Cherry everywhere.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did he ever play for a team or anything like that, or is he just?
I don't know.
Always an announcer.
Hockey, dude.
Right.
I think it's just commentator. I don't even know.
Shouldn't you? I mean, isn't it born into your blood, Canadian wise, that you have to know?
I don't
something
know
about
shit about hockey. I don't even know what icing is. This is bad.
Really?
This is going hell, yeah.
It's because you're not actually Canadian.
That is true. Wow, that segue. I mean, I am. Actually, I need to check my fucking passports because I don't even know if I have EU citizenship anymore.
Really?
I'm not sure. You have to renew it, but I don't know if I have it anymore.
Man, I would keep it if I were you.
I want to keep it, but
Like, how cool it would be to have a Romanian passport.
I don't think that exists anymore, man. Like, don't you have a EU passport?
Is it a EU? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't fucking go there. So
I've seen a lot of British passports, but I don't.
You're probably right.
I've seen German, but I don't know about the European.
I don't know.
And that's
probably Romanian passport.
All kind of falling apart right now. Anyway,
I haven't gotten my shit renewed, so I don't know.
You should renew it.
I probably should,
just for the
Canadian passport, like, is killer. So
yeah, I know it's true. You guys are lucky. No one's going to kick you out of anywhere.
Yeah.
Except Montreal, they're just going to kick themselves out.
They will kick themselves out.
Quebec,
they have been trying to.
I know, it's kind of adorable.
Take the poutine away from us.
No, don't do that. The poutine's too good there.
Yeah.
I love Quebec. I really do. Hi, Kira. Well, aside from your EP, what's next, dude?
Sound design portfolio, just trying to get more into games.
Yeah. You're games a big gamer.
Used to be. It's difficult to justify these days just because it's a fucking huge time sink.
Yeah, but I mean, even like a lot of the music you reference, though, just when we're talking, it's usually game scores.
Well, actually, that's kind of how I got into like the whole thing, really.
Really?
Started gaming like early 2000s, I want to say. And a lot of the games that I did play were like role-playing games.
Yeah.
So by nature of them, like, you have to spend at least, if you're playing like good role-playing games, I'm a big sucker for this one developer called BioWare.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You stick around for like 40 hours at minimum.
They do Mass Effect?
That's Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, this Star Wars MMO, but yeah, like, you have to spend a fuck ton of time in it.
All right.
And by the nature of that, like, you end up hearing the same score over and over again.
Right, right.
So yeah, a lot of, like, the first big score I really got into was this Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and it was composed by Amon Tobin, so that's how I found out about him, sure. And then that just spiraled into everything else. So
right.
But other dudes I like that are also in the gaming industry, Jack Wall,
What does he do?
He did Mass Effect 1.
Okay.
Alongside Sam Hewlett. Michael McCann, he does a lot of work for Eidos Montreal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are like my main three.
Right.
With Amonto, and like those are my main inspirations, really.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I just noticed, a lot of your inspirations were game scores.
Yeah.
That's different.
They're cool because they're dynamic. Like, it's all dependent on what's happening on screen.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because it's dynamic in a different way. I mean, it's not linear at all. You're doing music for a film.
Depends.
Show, whatever. It's typically you have a script you're following. You know what's going to happen with games. It is completely dependent on what the player chooses to do at whatever given moment. Like, it is definitely challenging in a different way. I mean, it's exciting. I've really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah. I think the key, like once you really get into game scores, you'll find that you have to understand the varying levels of energy that the player is supposed to feel, not only from like whatever's happening visually, but also from an audio perspective.
Well, sure, and emotionally.
The way I actually lay out my tracks now is how I've been doing it for like the past year or so, is start off with an intro that's like relatively low energy, or just jump into something that's high energy depending on like what you're going for, and kind of like build it up or build it down. I mean, if that were to get licensed, or I always try to think of it like, okay, if this were to be thrown in a scenario where like the player is kind of controlling like what's happening on screen, would I be able to chop this track up and put it like in the different scenarios depending on like these energy levels that the developer is going for, the level designers are going for?
Are you visualizing?
Actually, I was talking to Carrie about this the other day, and I write all my songs to concept art.
Really?
Every single track.
I didn't know that.
An image. I actually ripped this from Porter Robinson because he did it for Worlds. He like would go on Tumblr, pull up like an image, and then like
compose the image.
Exactly. Yeah. Make the song sound like what that image looks like.
That's a good idea.
That's what I always do.
And that's a really good idea.
Like, ever since I want to say like 2012 or whenever the fuck Halo 4 came out.
Yeah.
I've strictly been using Halo 4 concept art.
Really?
Because it fits like the aesthetic that I'm going for, fits the sound I'm going for, it makes everything really easy.
No kidding. I never would have guessed that.
Yep.
Not one. Like, I hear a lot of, espionage and, spy. I could pull up N64 GoldenEye and see your music in that.
Yeah.
But Halo.
It's been Halo for me. I don't want to do like Mass Effect stuff because it's too sci-fi and it's going to make me pull up like 80s sounding synths. Like, I'm not about that right now. So Halo has a good dynamic in terms of like aggression, but then also just like emotional impact. There's like this one character, Cortana, that's in the game, and she's like this rogue VI.
Yeah.
Or AI, and she kind of like loses her mind slowly.
Okay.
And Halo 4's score is like all about her like slowly
her dementia.
Yeah. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, I haven't played any of those games in forever.
You fucking remixed Halo 4, dude.
Well,
you should.
But I mean, I got hired as a musician.
Yeah.
I didn't. It's not like I got a copy of the game or anything like that when I did it. It was just
beautiful. It's a beautiful game. The concept art's amazing.
I mean, I have a PS4 now, and I have Call of Duty because Sarah Shackner did the score, and
right.
She's amazing. And then I have Doom because
because Doom is awesome.
Well, because Doom is awesome, but Mick Gordon did the score, and he is amazing. So I bought that game for the score, and then just the sheer brutality of disemboweling demons
for 12 hours.
For 12 hours, that was just a beautiful ancillary bonus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think I might have like a Mortal Kombat game, just in case I had a friend over or something, and we were drinking and we could just kill each other. But oh, and actually, I did get The Last of Us. Greg from Avid, he sent that to me to check it out because he's a big gamer.
Nice.
And I went through it. I mean, I almost cried in the intro of it. I mean, that's...
Did you get to the part at the end where there's like a whole bunch of giraffes walking across like this kind of...
No, I pretty much tapped out after the girl gets killed in the beginning.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you didn't make it to the end.
No.
There's like this scene at the end where there's wildlife, and and you don't expect it to be like in this super post-apocalyptic urban environment.
Yeah.
The way, like, I guess the cinematography is done is just like very beautiful.
Well, it's crazy though. Games, I mean,
they're movies, dude.
Yeah, they're it's no longer games. It's really, multimedia experiences. Yeah. And I'm still not sure how I feel about that as far as, because I always looked at games, and I was never been a big gamer, but I always looked at them as an escape. I wanted to, just play something, or I was always I liked strategy games. Like StarCraft was my favorite. StarCraft and Warcraft before, never Worlds of Warcraft. Is that what it's called? WoW?
WoW's the MMO. Warcraft is the
right. I liked the strategy, the over-the-top Warcraft 2 style, StarCraft, what have you, Command and Conquer. But and then I got into Counter-Strike. And nice. Counter-Strike was killer. But this is, I was 14, 15 at this time. This is like running Counter-Strike off of Half-Life, like CS 1.6 or something like that. And we had our own clan and
hardcore.
Oh, no.
I played semi-professional Halo 2 like during my teen years, like up until like the age of 14 or whatever.
What happened?
It was just like, actually what happened is we had this one tournament, me and a friend of mine, and we ended up going to like the basement of this church where it was being held. Really weird. Playing the most fucking violent game of the time in the basement of a church.
Yeah.
And,
fitting.
And we got our asses whooped in like team deathmatch because the other team like knew exactly where all the spawns were and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, we had, or you know what? I was in a clan for Delta Force.
Delta Force was sick.
That was the
Delta Force is actually a terrible example of in-game audio because a lot of the rifles, grenades, just like all the background stuff, loops so blatantly.
Really?
Give it a shot. Look up like Delta Force 2 videos.
Yeah.
You won't be too impressed.
I don't know. When I played it, I was 16.
Well, yeah, nostalgia 15. Kicks in. You're like, wow, it's fucking bomb.
Well, not even that, but when I was that young, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known. That's true.
I didn't know anything about game audio when I was a teenager. I didn't even know anything.
That was the first thing I actually noticed about it because all the NPCs, they all had like the same dude.
Really?
Doing the same voice. And this was like in a time where you could fucking snipe a dude from like miles away.
Yeah.
But the audio engine in game would just render it as if they were right in front of you.
Yeah, but I think also, games were a lot simpler back then. So you didn't expect pure realism.
No, you didn't.
You expected
but that's the kind of like immersion breaking shit that we don't see anymore.
Right. I know, and I kind of enjoy that. And that totally is a nostalgia thing, for sure. But in my mind, my favorite game ever is like being on a ferry because I'm going to Connecticut from New York, and I'm playing like Street Fighter 1 on an arcade and mashing buttons because I don't understand any of the moves or anything like that. But if I hit it enough times, I'll beat the guy to be able to get to the next level so I can die and have to put another quarter in the slot.
Yeah. That's traditional game design for the most part.
That to me, I understand. And like Pong, I'm not that archaic, but
1970 fucking.
No, I wasn't even born yet. But like, I don't know. The first game that I ever got really obsessed with was Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation.
That's a good one, sir.
That, oh my God, I was so in. And then there was like the Russian blonde sniper. Her name was Olga or something. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was like my video game crush when I was 15.
What, rendered in like 4 polygons?
No, she had like a solid 64.
Sick.
No, that explains a lot. No, I remember that, but I was like emotionally invested into that game, and that was the first time I was ever really, really obsessed about a game.
Do you know who Lara Croft is? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I think PS1 days?
Yeah, she came out PS1.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember her tits? They were like rendered.
Oh, they were polygonal.
Fucking,
That's
like
right.
90-degree angle.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember PS1 because I rented one from Blockbuster. And it got
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I know, right? And I got a PS1 and I got Crash Bandicoot.
Those are bomb games.
And that was just the best thing ever. That was life-changing.
Those bomb games.
And then before that, my video game memories are, I had a friend, Michael, and this was, God, 20 years ago at least. And he had, I think it was a Super Nintendo, or maybe it was the first PlayStation, and it was Twisted Metal. Do you remember? It was like the car racing game,
right?
But it was Twisted Metal, and Green Jelly did the score for it, and Green Jelly was like this conglomerate of like random LA musicians, I believe, and it was just kind of this like neo-industrial thing, and you could drive a fucking ice cream truck and just run people over.
That dude, you need to play this game called Carmageddon.
Oh, I remember that.
Okay, good. Because that's just like straight up slaughter using vehicles.
I know. I'm into those games.
People explode into like little tiny meat pieces.
Meat pieces. Oh man, it's funny. Like a couple of years ago, they shut down the 405 for a weekend. Just to do construction on it, and all the headlines were calling it Carmageddon because like, what is the traffic in LA going to do if the 405 is closed?
No meat pieces, though.
There were no meat pieces. I mean, there are always meat pieces in LA.
That's true.
But no, the city of LA survived, shocking as it was. I lived in the valley, so I didn't see anything to do with it. It was great. Yeah.
I'm happy you know Carmageddon.
I know. I don't know. And then whenever, like, I had friends in college and they had Grand Theft Auto, and I was bad. I didn't ever want to do the actual things or the tasks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, shoot a cop car. So that way I had stars, and then I would eventually just, work my way into getting 4 or 5 stars so everyone was chasing me, and then I'd get a tank.
Or a paint job, because that apparently gets rid of all heat on you.
Really?
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure, like, for any star you have, you can just hop in a car, go get a paint job, and then it's all gone.
No kidding.
And that's what criminals do in real life, too.
Right.
And that's how they lose heat.
I wonder how many criminals have actually like started their careers thanks to Grand Theft Auto.
Too many?
Yeah, at least a few. Many. There are worse things to start from. You could learn from Grand Theft Auto, or you could learn from being in prison.
Start small in the hood.
Start small. Start on the Xbox.
Start on the Xbox.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a whole legion. It's a generation. If you would play any game right now, or if you could score any game right now, what would you score?
Oh, jeez. Wow. Like existing or...
Doesn't matter. It can be fictional.
I mean like existing or like upcoming.
Either. Doesn't matter.
I'd be down to rescore Knights of the Old Republic.
Is that Star Wars?
Yeah, it's a Star Wars game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because I had some of the themes I wouldn't even like consider touching, but I feel like with a lot of BioWare games, the development cycle has always been rushed.
Yeah.
So inadvertently, you end up with composers that don't really like belong in a particular setting. Mm-hmm. So. Especially for the hub worlds, I've noticed that like a lot of the pieces just don't get that much thought put into them. So that's something that's super close to my heart.
Right.
And I'd want to just make it a little bit better, if possible.
Interesting.
I wouldn't even dare to touch like any other BioWare game. Like anything else is fucking perfect. But
I feel like I'd want to do something like Doom. But I can't.
I want to say Doom, but
Mick already did it.
It's already good. And like it's already amazing.
Oh my God, I know.
There's nothing to add.
Mick did it so well. It's one of those things that like, I just want to I want to do something like that.
For the longest time, they didn't want to go like the heavy metal route.
Yeah.
They wanted to go for like a more synthy route.
Yeah.
But fuck that.
No.
That game's too metal to begin with, dude.
Oh, it is so metal. I love that score. I love the game because it's so brutal. But I mean, it's funny. Like I've actually referenced the some of Mick's mixes on the score. Mick's mixes. That's a fun word or a fun little soliloquy. For my last EP, yeah, I referenced Mick's stuff a lot just to make sure I actually sounded on par because I really liked how his record sounded.
I used that entire score to just be able to kind of like up the energy of anything that I'm doing. Like if there's anything, particularly like in the kind of midsection.
Yeah.
If there's anything that's not hitting hard enough, I need to check that.
Yeah.
Because that'll help me out for sure.
It's funny. It's not as loud as I thought it was.
It's not.
Because it sounds.
Yeah.
It sounds so heavy. And then.
And it's not even in your face, like back to back. If you listen to the whole thing, it's.
No. It's very. It's composed.
It's very dynamically composed. It's again.
Very much.
I mean, like. Right when you hop into the game, you like blast the demon with your shotgun. That's when it kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, it's just pretty much quiet for the most part.
I love how it's implemented in the game too, because you don't have any of the crazy metal progressive stuff until you're in a battle.
Yeah.
And then you just have kind of the eerie, haunting, creepy, more sound design,
always build
ambience kind of thing going on. But then the minute, you pull the key out of the demon or something like that, then, all hell breaks loose. And
the heart out of the... whatever, like harvesting stations.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's when it loses.
Yeah. You pull like the heart out of the geyser of blood.
Yeah,
And it's nuts, but it's brilliant. I think I got as far as that game at like there's this one stage where you're fighting a number of the really big demons with like the giant horns,
right,
in a row
in hell.
Maybe it's in hell. Maybe you have to fight a bunch of them, but then you fight one like mega demon boss with the big horns, and you're in like an arena kind of setting.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. That's kind of
that one. Yeah, requires some replayability.
Yeah, that's where I gave up. I think
that's where I fucked up a couple times.
Yeah, that I just got frustrated and angry. And then I never did again because I played that game when I was angry so I could kill things.
Yeah.
And then if the thing that I'm supposed to be playing to make me feel less angry is making me more angry.
And then you go play guitar that makes you feel just as angry.
Oh, I know. I just go, I go into the studio. I like pull out the guitar that's in drop F. And
that doesn't drop low enough.
I know. We had to tune it to E yesterday, right? Drop E, which is ridiculous. Like throw it through like the Death Kitties pedal or the Eau Claire Thunder and just let it rip.
I just love how that score can go from like just relatively peaceful ambient shit to just like I will tear your face off,
dude.
And you do see it on screen happening immediately after.
Oh, you visually see it. Mick was telling me, when he got this 9-string guitar for it, and he tuned it down to double drop C sharp.
Madness,
which is like the lowest, or maybe even went down to like double drop B, which is the lowest thing ever. And all I think now is I need a 9-string guitar so I can do that.
Yeah,
because that would be just like the sonic capabilities of having guitars so low. I mean, it goes so far beyond just being a guitar player. I think it's even just as a sound designer and a producer and a composer, whatever title you want to apply to guys like us. Just the sonic capabilities that it gives you. And it's so much different than having a keyboard that goes that low.
I'm happy they didn't use synths on that. I'm happy they went like the metal route.
Yeah. And when there are synths, they're it's all modular.
Yeah.
Or it's a lot of modular. And then, he's got like that Polyvox. But it's so processed and it's so edited really tightly that it doesn't feel like anyone's just playing a Juno 106 pad. It's these really crafted and surgically cut instruments all spliced together. I love it, man.
I tried doing the little thing that sounded super doom, and I did send it to Mick, and he thought it was like kind of cool, but
yeah,
I'd be down to fucking make that music all the time if it was up to me.
I know, man. It's fun. I think you should. I mean, you're good at it. You should. You're good at, the video game thing in general. I think it's only a matter of time before, if you want to be doing it, you'll be doing it professionally.
That's tough. I don't know. For the longest time, I just had trouble, like, again, with the whole energy thing.
Yeah.
Just being able to push everything, like, over the top.
Right.
And I mean, if there's anything that's really helped me is upwards compression, but
yeah. Yeah, I never really experimented that much with it. I've used it periodically, but
I took it all from dubstep because dubstep's big on that.
Forgive my ignorance. Is upwards compression synonymous with expansion?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same thing.
I'm in touch with that.
That's the same thing.
No, it's funny. That's a name I've heard recently, and I'm like, isn't that,
It's the exact same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Pro Tools has had a compressor expander for like 2 decades. But it wasn't called.
They're usually like put together.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah. It's 2 sides of the same coin.
Well, oddly enough, the one that I use the most, X for OTT. I don't know if you have it.
Yeah, I have it.
But yeah, like it defaults to being an upwards compressor. You can use it as a downwards if you want, but
that's true. It is mostly expansion.
If it's on like 100% wet, you're getting fucking everything out of that sound.
It's funny.
Everything you don't want, everything you do want, like it's all there.
Oh no! I mean, it's amazing how many sounds that one little thing has shaped.
It's huge in dubstep and
it's an entire
drum
genre
bass and all that. Yeah, it's the genre.
Yeah, I mean, I've even seen a lot of pretty well known producers. They'll have it on their master chain, and they'll just have it set to maybe 12%.
Yeah, something like that.
And
I do that too. So.
Yeah, it's funny. I never have. I don't know. Maybe it's too preset-y for me.
It's just a perceived loudness thing. I don't even care about the real sound that it like will change. If you leave it at a low enough setting, you don't want to bake everything in before going into your master.
Right.
It's an easy way to do it. It takes 2 seconds.
Right. No, it makes sense. I just never did it. I'm pretty ginger with my master bus in general.
So am I. It's OTT.
Yeah.
Limiter. No compressor.
Are you limiting on that limiter, or is it just to catch any peak?
There's 2 limiters going into it. There's one that's like really cranking it, and then the last one.
So are you mastering in your session?
By the time I'm like halfway done and I have an idea, I'll do it. Just so I can see what it's like loud, and then I'll take it off until I'm done.
I know a lot of guys who do that. It's almost, that's becoming the norm at this point. I was kind of drilled into my head, maybe it's the Berkeley thing, never do that.
Yeah.
And
I don't like working with the limiter on, though. That's whack.
No, it changes how you mix.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's something to be said for the argument that, working through a limiter, you know what it's going to sound like at the end.
True, but I just don't feel comfortable like knowing that I'm destroying transients as I work.
I don't either.
That's scary shit to me.
I can't get into it.
I'd rather actually clip than limit if I have to have something on the master and I can't make it loud enough using my...
Yeah. Are you using like an Ableton Live clipper?
Ableton, I don't even think has a clipper. I mean, it has like a saturation clipper thing, but it's pretty shit.
Yeah.
I use this free plugin called G Clip.
Huh.
It's pretty garbage, but it gets the job done.
Hence the G.
Yeah. Garbage clipper.
Yeah, right. I don't even know. I mean, I have, that limiter, which I use for a lot of like spectral clipping and things like that. But clipping is something, I always liked the idea of it, and I've never really done a lot of it. Maybe because I felt like I never had the right plugin to do it, and I didn't want to just drive my channel and print it. Mm-hmm. That always I didn't like the sound of it. And you can do it with isotope trash, on occasion, but having like a dedicated clipper.
There's this one that I did buy for like, it was on sale. It's called K Clip. It's made by like this Russian dude. It's supposed to have like really transparent clipping algorithm because it like oversamples and everything. It's really heavy on CPU for something that just fucking clips. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Master bus, just let it sit on its own. Fuck it.
It's funny. It's only relatively recently I've realized I really like the sound of clipping.
Yeah, it's sick.
Because, I mean, it's funny, even like one of my favorite guitar tones ever is like Converge's Jane Doe. And if you, again, when that album came out, I was 15. I didn't know digital clipping if my life depended on it. I didn't know. I knew how to play guitar. I didn't know about recording, anything like that. And part of the reason why I think I love the sound of guitars so much on that album is I listen back now and it's just clipped everywhere. Back, yeah. And it's not intentional. Like, that was the first album they produced themselves. They were like Yeah, they were figuring it out. So they didn't know, you weren't supposed to do that.
Right.
But the sheer brutality of some of those guitar tones is a direct result, I think, of the actual clipping.
Clipping lets you bake everything in very easily.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want it to go past a certain level, just cut it off there, and then eventually it'll stack up to the point where, you can really crank that RMS.
It will. It's crazy. I love it. Sounds
nice. I'm not a fan of soft clipping. Soft clipping, like, just colors the whole signal too much, whereas, like, I just want it to go either nothing or balls to the wall.
Right,
like,
you want that really sharp hit.
Yeah.
I know. I kind of... It's funny. I've been experimenting with it a lot more recently only because I find myself driving the inputs of, my Pro Tools interface. And it's just because I'm on the modular or guitars and I'm not paying attention to the level, so I'm just playing, and then it's got a sound, and I'm like, oh, that's gnarly. I really like the sound of that. And I don't know that what I've been doing is... I mean, it's kind of obvious, but sometimes you're in the zone. So, and if it's a pretty distorted sound, you don't always know that the clipping is happening because you're just doing it. And I do really enjoy the sound of it half the time.
I like it too.
So, I don't know. I feel like it's breaking the rules, but at the same time, if it works, and I think that's why I like fuzz pedals so much right now.
I used to care about... I used to be actually really anal retentive when it came to, like, making sure that, it's like, oh, you want to be -12 on the master so you can crank it up like this much and have, like, all your levels set properly and all that. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, if I'm clipping all the way through and then my master's not clipping and everything sounds fine, the transients are coming through fine, doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not that dude who's like the Ableton Live meme where, like, every single track is clipping, the master's clipping, and it's like, oh, it sounds good, dude. No, it's
right.
If it clips like a little tiny bit, that's fine. Let it clip. Yeah. Digital clipping, whatever.
The one thing I will never let clipping happen on ever, and if it does, I want to, like, pull my hair out. A vocal.
Yeah, okay, well, obviously, vocal,
anything that's supposed to be clean, vocal, acoustic guitar.
Yeah, those are obvious ones.
Anything like that. Well, some people even listen to, like, some Lady Gaga records, and there's clipping on the vocal recording.
That's fucked.
And it's like, how did you let that happen? And maybe, it's the kind of thing that...
Was it intentional?
No, it probably wasn't intentional, but it's probably that the take was so good. Because, she's an amazing artist, So, like... It's kind of one of those things that maybe that vocal take, it was just so good that so be it. You let the clipping happen because you couldn't substitute it with anything else.
No, I don't know. I'm a big fan of transient shapers, so that introduces clipping, like, super easy.
Yeah, that's true.
But what are you going to do? It's like, oh, you fucking added so much attack to this one sound. You're going to clip it now to... get rid of what you were trying to do before. You're trying to limit now. What's the point of that? So just let it clip if it's clipping a bit.
Makes sense. What's the biggest challenge you're facing right now as an artist?
To be fair, just trying to figure out, like, where exactly I'm
trying
to go. Yeah, that's the most difficult part.
Yeah,
because I don't know. You told me a couple of years back to pretty much just, like, Jesus, take the wheel, like, do you kind of thing. I
don't think I ever said Jesus, take the wheel.
You did not, but just kind of, like, do your own thing, So
yeah,
I've been trying to do that, and it makes music making so much easier.
Yeah,
but at the same time, makes you more vulnerable.
That's the best stuff.
I know. I like it. I get a high off of it, but
it's like, I have that thing on my wall in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing here because I'm not looking at it, but it's some quote. I think it's from Neil Gaiman, the writer, and it's vaguely saying, if the moment you're walking down the street and you feel 100% naked, that is when it's purely true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you're doing exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah.
So the point is, embrace it. If you're scared, if you're vulnerable, that is the gold. That is the gooey, molten center that is actually going to connect with people.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't know. The second I try to step into someone else's shoes and try to be someone else, I get stuck super quick. I just feel uncomfortable.
You shouldn't. You know?
It's not that I feel uncomfortable doing it. It's just, it's not my area of expertise. Like, I know myself the best.
And it's tough, too, because culturally, it's very much encouraged to follow whatever is, you know, riding the wave at that given moment.
Yeah.
And especially when you look at, you know, electronic dance music, or not even electronic dance music, but just, you know, music in general, it is, you know, everyone's trying to follow a wave.
Yeah.
And the record labels
I can't do that. When I try to do that, it just ends up sounding like shit.
Right. And
Just
the problem
not
is, too,
my thing, I
like,
don't know.
when you do that, okay, you know, you might get it by the time you've...
By the time you figured it out.
By the time you figured it out, you know, it gets released a year later on a record label and everything like that. The sound has moved on.
Yeah.
You are at the very end of that trail, and you spent all this time trying to catch up to something that was never going to be yours in the first place.
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Don't.
Nor do I have any interest in trying it, so.
You shouldn't.
It seems too much work. Like, you're never going to catch up the one that's like a true pioneer of that genre or whatever.
Especially when it's dishonest for you.
Feels like shit. Sounds like shit. So.
Like, you know, it might be pure for them, you know, and it probably is. That's why they got it in the first place.
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
So, I don't know. I always felt it just made more sense just to follow your own weird train tracks wherever they lead you. And if, you know, for whatever dumb reason, half the world decides to jump on your train.
Well, another reason why I like Amon Tobin so much is, like, in multiple interviews, the very few that he's done, actually, he just said, like, I'm writing music for myself. I don't care if anybody likes it. This is all very super self-indulgent.
Yeah.
It's all me.
Yeah.
If you happen to like it, that's cool. I mean, I'm the same boat. I just do shit that I think sounds cool. If anybody else likes it, that's cool too, but
no,
never really there to pander or anything like that. So
no, he's a great role model. He's like really fascinating career, talented musician, everything, you know, from even like the early hip hop drum bass sampling days to composition to sound design. I mean,
I can't name too many people better at sound design than him.
Yeah, no, he's got his own world for sure. It's that Kima system.
I know. That I cannot afford.
I know, right? I really want one. I've wanted one for a decade. I got to use one with BT back in the day. Shit. Yeah. It was nice.
I heard it's pretty complicated, so
it's not that hard.
Learning curve.
It's a little bit of one, but if you can figure out Reactor,
okay,
you can figure out Akima even easier than that.
Mm.
It's just an object-based programming language that's really not even a programming language.
I've looked into it many times, and the price tag is the limitation.
Well, the price tag's the limitation, of course. But I mean, the stuff you were doing yesterday on the modular, you know, just basic, you know, signal flow kind of stuff.
Yeah, so
you could figure out Akima. Like, that wouldn't be hard. You just need the time and the unit.
Yeah.
You'll get it. But, yeah, man. Last thing. What are you listening to right now?
Right now, I'm on a big grime tip. So, just UK hip hop. It's not really even hip hop. I'm big into this dude from LA. His name's Bones. Yeah. He has like a rap collective called Team Sesh. I'm waiting on the new Winter Sun album, which is...
That is not grime.
That is not grime. That's like Scandinavian, what you like to call fairy metal.
I do call it fairy metal.
It's like melodic death metal, but they take their fucking sweet time and write like 12-minute long intros with like Japanese influences and shit.
Right.
That's about it for now. Yeah, those are my main three.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, sweet, dude. Let's finish this Modern Times Nitro Black House, and
you've had significantly more of it than I have.
Well, you know, I had my own can. Well, let's finish these beers, and we're going to get you to the airport tomorrow morning.
Cool.
All right, man. So that was Clear Skies. If you go check out his Bandcamp, he's got a bunch of music up there, some really, really pretty cinematic stuff as well. So I highly recommend it. If you're in the LA area, Orange County, I guess even San Diego technically, and you want to come out to Le Cave, that is tonight. We'll be playing some music and probably be drinking a little bit because I will suddenly be the wise old age of 31, which is weird. Life goes on. Also, All You Need to See comes out tomorrow, which this tour is all named around, and I'm quite fond of it. So give it a listen. See you next week.